The Da Vinci Code, a novel full of conspiracies, controversies, conflicts, and many allegations against the Catholic Church. Undoubtedly, the fundamental issue here is that of the sacred feminine. The theory that Jesus not only married Mary Magdalene, but wanted her, not Peter, to be the rock upon which he would build his church. Now, this is not another documentary on the Da Vinci Code, but rather a journey into the lives of those who worship this sacred feminine. Because though Dan Brown's book is fictional, to these men and women, it's the reality. So in discovery of this fictional reality, we journey to Glastonbury in search of the woman in Sophia. This is the goddess temple in Glastonbury, where Steve is performing a cleansing ritual.
This is called smudging. We use herbs to change energy, to clear energy. So at the beginning of every session I smudge the temple, and if people themselves want smudging, we smudge their auras as well.
Can I come in?
Yes. There's nowhere in the temple you're not allowed. This is a temple for everybody.
After smudging the temple, Steve is joined by Pammy and Georgina to welcome in the goddess.
Hail Morgan, Moronaway, Morgan of the Winds, Morgan of Avalon. Bring the earth dragons, the elves and the gnomes. The ritual that we did in the temple was, we did for opening, when we were opening the temple, and it was to invite the goddess in all her aspects in the area of Avalon, the land of Avalon, into the temple, into her temple. Thought to be the first goddess temple in the Western world for 1500 years. And why we say thought to be, as far as we know, I mean obviously there's a possibility that isn't the case. Calling the goddess in is actually about calling the energy of the divine in, but the divine is actually quite specific in the terms of Avalon. The Lady of Avalon is an ancient being. Her path is death, regeneration, healing and rebirth. And calling her energy in within her lands, within her temple, is actually about trying to bring the whole atmosphere of the experience for people of what it is to work with the goddess, as opposed to work in the more traditional religions or spiritualities, which primarily are the god, primarily are external, primarily are about separation, that somehow human beings are here and you have a god out there that will punish you if you're bad and give you lots of rules and regulations that you have to live by, and ultimately will have you burnt in damnation and fire if you don't follow some extremely contradictory rules. Lady of the autumn equinox.
Goddess movement is not a feminist. Of course you could ask other people and they would have another opinion. There are, like anything, it's a very wide-ranging different sorts of people. So there are sections who are feminists and are radical feminists, and you've got other people who are not at all. So it's a very wide, brief of people. There's no specific one type of person that's doing it. So you've got as wide a range of people as there are people. So yes, feminist only in the sense of honouring women in that sense. So that type of feminism, but not the radical feminism.
Great Mother Earth.
Everybody does have an individual relationship with the goddess, so no two people are the same. My relationship with her would be very different to another priestess or a priest or just another pagan, because there are so many different facets of being pagan. But to worship the goddess, for me, it's the divine feminine. It's what produces life, what it gives. It's the forebear of children, of the wheats, the crops. It's how we live, because without the abundance of the harvest, we wouldn't be able to eat. And so everything she is around us, whether she's the air, the ground that you're standing on, the air that you're breathing in, the water in your body, and the water that you drink, she's everything, the universe and the earth centred together. And for me, she's just one, but she's the most divine feminine. She's the giver of all life.